After a blockbuster year for tech in 2021, layoffs are finally here. Companies like Netflix, Amazon, Facebook and Twitter have slashed jobs this year, and many in the tech world are bracing for a chilly tech winter. But what will the next few months look like for big tech, which is in the eye of the storm? BT's technology editor Ayush Elawadi caught up with Qualcomm's Don Maguire at the Snapdragon Summit in Hawaii. Here's what he had to say.
Of course, there's so much happening in the tech world, layoffs galore at Twitter and Meta. As a tech leader yourself, what is your broader view on what's happening in the tech world, and what's Qualcomm's view on this as well?
Sure. The macroeconomic environment is tough right now. We see the environment that we're in and the impact that it's having as cyclical. And it really comes down to supply and demand and inventory. As the pandemic set in, there was lots of people that needed to upgrade their device ecosystem to stay connected to family and friends and work and school. So that drove a massive demand increase across different product categories. Unfortunately, there wasn't the supply to be able to handle that demand. So we had this supply issue.
Right.
But as things started to ease and we started coming out of the pandemic, the supply chain issue started to ease, but also the demand started to slow. But the inflection point was missed by the value chain. So our customers continued to buy, right? Because they didn't want to get caught into a supply chain issue again. But the demand curve had started to slow, so inventory started to build. And then we enter, Q4 of this year, where you've got high levels of inventory, no supply chain issues, demand weakening in goods, demand increasing in services, in travel and experiences, and there's discretionary spend shift. So we have to correct this. This all has to be corrected. Inventory has to be kind of flushed through the value chain. And we think that's a couple quarters. We said in our earnings call, over 50% will probably happen in this next quarter, and then the rest in the subsequent quarter. And then we get to a normal supply chain balance, and then we can start to grow again. And I think our ecosystem starts to grow again, our customers start to grow again. So it's about powering through, but it's also about being prudent and diligent in this kind of environment. How do you manage spend? And how do you manage your capital and your resources so that you're in a position of strength on the other side? And I think each company has to look at that differently. Obviously, we are looking at spend. We are looking at things like travel. We are looking at hiring critical positions only, and we are looking at balancing that spend with demand and revenue in the short term, but without taking our eye off the ball for the long term, because you have to invest to grow so that you come out on the other side in a position of strength.
If you like the video, do like, comment, share and subscribe.